In 2016, Damien Chazelle gave us the multi-award winning success La La Land, but why was it so successful? And why do some people, including myself, call it a masterpiece? Keep on watching to find out why La La Land is a masterpiece. The beginning of any movie is important, but the start of La La Land is just perfectly able to capture what the whole movie feel is going to be. Right from the get-go, we are thrown into a situation which is just full of choreographed and upbeat music, bright colours. It's just what the whole movie is about, with the jazz and the fact that it's a musical. It just perfectly sums it up and allows us to immerse ourselves into it. For any movie to be great, it has to have a good storyline. Luckily, the narrative of La La Land does not lack in this area. We see these two characters find each other, fall in love, grow with each other in their careers and as people, and then unfortunately they drift away from one another. The relationship between Mia and Seb is just unfortunately so realistic, especially with the ending, that it almost makes the movie better. As the film goes on, we get so much more involved and invested in their relationship, where it gets to the point where we want them to have their fairy tale ending and stay with each other in the long run, when in reality we know that we can't have it that way. They've almost fulfilled their need for each other. They both have the careers and the futures they want, it's just not with each other. The film covers the idea of right person, wrong time, and no matter how much we want them to be with each other, and no matter how much of a hopeless romantic we might be, we just know it can't happen like that. Probably my favourite part of the film is Damien Chazelle's use of colour. The way colour is used gives different meanings. Mia is represented as blue and Sebastian is shown as red. Before dating Seb, Mia wore predominantly primary colours, but during their relationship she wears secondary colours. It shows how intertwined they have become and almost how their individual hopes and dreams have merged together. After their first proper interaction, Mia begins to wear more red, for example her handbag or her jacket. It shows how Sebastian is becoming more of a key character in her life. Even before the two characters met, red and blue appeared in their life. Every day, Sebastian sits and stares at a blue jazz club, almost as if he's staring at his two passions, jazz and Mia. Also, the door that Mia walks through when she hears Sebastian playing the piano is surrounded by red lighting, representing how Mia was about to walk into Seb's life. When you mix blue and red together, you get purple. Whenever purple is seen in the film, it represents the love and happiness in their relationship, as we see here during the summer montage. Even during the end scene when they are separated, the lighting is purple, reflecting that they both remember the love they had for each other, and that they still potentially hold some of it. However, the colour green is used to represent the important parts of their relationship, but in the second half of the movie, they are mainly negative. For example, Mia's cafe is green, and the lighting when they have their first fight is green. Green then goes on to represent their separation, and is used to contrast the purple used for the best parts of their relationship. Green isn't used that often, so when it is, it alerts the audience that something important is happening, and most likely negative. Another point to add is that Mia is no longer wearing red, but mainly dark colours showing the deterioration of their relationship. Using colour to create meaning adds so many layers to the film, and it makes it that you could watch it 100 times and still miss out on details. Obviously, being a musical movie, the film included some incredibly catchy and equally heartbreaking songs. They play such a key role in the story. Justin Hurwitz was able to capture the whole story of the film just within the melody of Mia and Sebastian's theme, hence the name. If we break down the song, we can clearly hear this. For example, when the tune begins, it's slow and calm, reflecting the peaceful nature of Mia and Sebastian's relationship at the beginning. But as the song progresses, the notes get higher and are played quicker. It reflects how their relationship is getting messier and more complicated. And near the end, the notes are being played rapidly and it leans more into the jazz genre that Sebastian is such an advocate for. One of the main themes of the film is jazz, due to the director's love for it. The music throughout the whole movie really leans into the jazz conventions. Sebastian's goal in the film is to revive jazz and to make people love it. The music used in the film is almost a homage to his wishes, as right off the bat we love the music with the opening sequence of Another Day of Sun. Consequently, meaning that we like jazz. The songs throughout the movie are able to complement the main story whilst telling their own, even the ones without words successfully do this. To get technical for a minute, one of my favourite things about Chazelle as a director is the way he directs the cameras. In any of his films, the camera is never still for too long and it's always moving, and he always includes a whip pan, and La La Land is no exception. During the summer montage, we see Sebastian playing the piano in a jazz club and Mia dancing in the centre. Instead of just having the characters in shot at the same time, Chazelle uses multiple continuous whip pans to shoot it. It adds so much life and energy to the scene, and it almost replicates that feeling that Seb tried to explain about how Jazz was actually upbeat and energetic if you listen closely. Another scene where I love Giselle's camera use is during the choreography of A Lovely Night. When Mia and Sebastian dance further down the street and then back up closer to the camera, the way the camera seamlessly follows them but makes it feel natural makes the scene 10 times better. There is not one scene where the shots are boring, even during Mia and Seb's "You Know I'm Always Going to Love You" scene. Shot reverse shots were continuously used to keep it interesting and in some way upbeat. As I mentioned earlier, the ending of this movie made it so much better. We have spent the whole film rooting for these characters to end up with one another, but by the end we don't get this, and I'm so glad that they don't end up with each other. If they did stay together, it would have totally undermined Damien Chazelle's message about the right person, wrong time, and about how some people we meet will help us get where we need, in this case, Mia and Sebastian's careers, but will naturally leave us as well. Before we see Mia and Seb's last look, we get a glimpse of what their life could have been like through the form of a montage. Before I even start talking about the scene shown, the music playing in the background is called Epilogue, and is an extended version of Mia and Sebastian's theme. It almost represents that their relationship could have gone on longer, further reinforcing the theory of right person, wrong time. The montage shows what their future together would have held, including moving in with each other, having a child, moving to France for Mia's acting career, and both of them becoming successes in their chosen careers. It shows how they could have had what they wanted, just at different times, but unfortunately due to the way life worked out, they were not able to achieve their goals and maintain their relationship at the same time. So many romance movies at the moment have happy fairy tale endings, as it pleases wide audiences, meaning they can make more money. So it's so refreshing to see an ending which on paper should be devastating, but when put in practice actually makes logical sense, and it's also incredibly realistic. It makes the movie so much more authentic. Overall, every aspect of La La Land is what makes it a masterpiece for me. There's so much detail and thought has gone into it, including every scene, character, dialogue, colour, costuming, and even movement has been thought out and given some sort of meaning. The sheer amount of detail and extra meaning and layers included in the film is what makes it a masterpiece for me.